Hey everybody, welcome back to IP Farms. Well, it's the ending of another beautiful day here on the farm. Today's December the 31st, New Year's Eve, and it's about 5 o'clock right now, and it's still about 72 degrees. I've never in my life. Anyway, enough about the weather. Sorry about the sweat. I had to go to the box store, pick up some more material for the farm office here. Hopefully you've all watched the last video about the floor system. I'll put a few shots on there of the floor going, together and finished up. Nothing major. We'll concentrate on this video being on getting the wall sections up, and I still have not decided yet what I'm going to do exactly. I mean, I know I'm going to do some false walls, but it's still I sat up here last night for probably 45 minutes just thinking about things. That's my OCD, not about how to do it, just which direction I want to go. So we went and got some material today, and that's going to force me to go one way, but it could possibly go another. So we'll see what happens, and I'll bring you along for it. Okay, just a little quick clip. I told you I would. We got most of the floor down. I've got to rip a couple pieces for the back there, and I'll explain a little bit more about there in front of the steps later on, but it's coming together quite nice. All right, well, it's a new day. Saturday, January the 1st, 2022, New Year's Day. Pretty windy outside. Sorry if you hear that in the audio. I think I figured out a game plan here. Talked about changing my mind several times. I got a couple LED lights here. I'm going to try to throw up on the top. That one, just standard 4-foot fluorescent there, just isn't bright enough in here for right now, even working. But what I'm going to try to do is remove, fingering the screen, these old batter boards here that separated this tack room from the stall. Talked to my mom about it. We're probably going to reclaim those and reuse them different places. But we're going to get that down so that I can build the wall up and then put my tin on the back side from in the stables, because due to the staircase and the size of the room, I cannot build the walls and flip them up like you normally would. So I'm going to have to build them in place, and then I won't be able to get around behind. A lot of this is just my OCD and craziness, I guess you would say, but I just can't get it out of my mind. So that's what we're going to do, and I can reuse some of that wood, like I said, so it's a win-win both ways. So we'll bring you along for a little bit of the tear down and putting the lights up here and see what it looks like. Well, it sure is windy today, but anyway, we're able to get the old boards off there all the way down. Of course, got some of my lumber stacked in there. Got that section of floor on. My buddy's here, so I'm not getting a whole lot of filming. We're going to try to go ahead and cut that last piece back there in the corner and get it down, and I'm hoping possibly to start getting at least this wall up, the longest wall, and then if we've got enough time, maybe get this wall up back here, and that way I can start. I'm off work Monday. We weren't off Friday, so I'm off Monday, so try to work on getting some tin on the back side of it by myself. Okay, well, I didn't get a lot of filming done today. Again, this is just unreal, honestly. Nothing's going right today for whatever reason. Everything I measure is wrong. I go to put it up, my eyesight looks like it's going bad. I think I'm on the line, I nail it, and I'm not. So, but whatever, like I said, it's just a farm office. So we're able to get one wall up there. Sorry about the lights. We've got all the 2x4s across for my tin on the roof, and that is supporting the top plate. Like I said, these are non-load bearing walls, so really basically just something to hang it on. But I'm gonna have to quit for today. Like I said earlier, I'm off on Monday, so I'm gonna come back and try to get this last section here. I'm gonna have to split the plates there and join them, and I think that last section there is probably about 8 or 9 feet, and hopefully I can get it up and the studs up and the blocking in there for the sheeting. And if so, then I'm gonna stop and go ahead and work on getting the tin on the back of it, try to get a little bit of wind and stuff. The wind's howling today, and it's coming through the middle of the barn and right in here, which is fine. It's like 70-some degrees, but Monday the high is supposed to be like 40-some, so we're gonna get it up as quick as we can, but I'll bring you back then. Okay, well, today's Monday, January the 3rd. Showed you a previous video of a little weather system we had coming through with some snow and whatnot, but we're here working on the farm office today. Told you I had another day off from work for the holiday, for the new year. So we're gonna see what we can get done today. We'll try to get the rest of this long wall finished up, and if the rain and snow subsides, I'll try to get some tin on the back side of it. My plan is to tin the back side of the wall opposite of the office, and then sheet the inside with some thin plywood sheeting, if you will. And I'm not sure if I'm going to do the decorative tin like everybody's doing, or if I'm just going to leave it plywood walls. But this long wall will be plywood, and the back wall back there will be. And then I'm still undecided on what I'm going to do over here on the other side. Me and my mom's talked about it several ways. I wanted to leave the original log beams exposed, but I think, you know, like I've said before, just due to the bugs and everything else, I'm just probably going to end up making walls all the way around and just enclosing it all off. I mean, you can see the rest of the home structure from, you know, outside and everything else. We're not taking anything away from it. All this can be taken down at some point if it ever needs to be. So I'm by myself today, so I should be able to film a little bit more. Might be some more working and talking rather than just doing and bringing you back. So let's get started and see what we can do. Okay, marking some lines out here on the floor. I tell you, I've learned a lot of valuable lessons already, and just doing this, how much difference doing something like this is than a lean-to. But if everything was square and marked like it was supposed to be, this would be a no-brainer. But due to the fact that I'm a rookie at this and I don't really know what I'm doing, everything, all these braces are not exactly right. I started out staggering them so I could nail them in the end, and then I ended up going back and just lining them all up. But regardless, we're getting there. Like I said, I had all these pieces cut, but, well, isn't that nice? I had all these pieces cut, but they weren't nailed down yet, so working on that. Trying to get them all lined out so they don't drive nails through the plywood. I did that on the first couple of sheets. I got in a hurry that day and didn't really measure my braces like they were supposed to be. I thought I could remember where they were, and that didn't work out too good. So we're trying to go back and do this. I'm not going to say the proper way, but the best way that I know possible anyway. We'll put it that way. Another thing that I figured out is that I should have invested more money in the sheeting. It does have a little bit of flex in it on the, even though these areas are 16 inches, there are a couple places that have some give to it. So, you know, that's hindsight. I wish I would have gone up on the size sheeting, but you know, funds just don't always allow. It's a whole lot better than it was, and you know, worst case scenario, I can always go back later on, whether it's proper or not, and add another layer of this same size sheeting on top if I wanted to. So I'm not too worried about it, but I do wish I would have put a little bit more emphasis in that and realized how flexible it was going to be. I mean, I can't even imagine if I hadn't gone back and put the blocks in. Basically they were 16 inches, but we're getting there. So let me get this nailed down, and we'll bring you back here in a minute. Well, we were able to get the long wall up, and I got all the tin on the back side. That was a chore in itself, messing with that by myself, but worked out pretty good. It's not my forte by any means. I was off a little bit on a few things starting out, and in carpentry I'm figuring out that once you're off, it's going to be off the rest of the game. But the wall's up, so now I think what I'm going to do is, for sure, I'm going to sheet this side with plywood, and I'm not sure if I'm going to put any of that corrugated metal on the outside of the plywood. And then I've got to work on the back wall back here. I still haven't figured out exactly what I'm going to do there yet. I'm going to wait till I get a hand. I might end up building the wall in several sections and just bracing it up and go from there if I can get the tin on it, because there's no way to get behind that to get the tin on. I thought about going through the braces here, through the house beams with a long nut driver to put the screws in, but as hard as that tin was to hold up there and get it, you know, ribbed up, there's no way we're gonna be able to do that with no area. So I got to figure out something on that. Probably just gonna be short sections a while, but we'll bring you back for another day. Okay, well, we're back again. Today's Saturday, January the 8th. Pretty chilly here in North Carolina, some of the coldest weather we've had so far. But anyway, my buddy's here with me today. He does not like the cold, so I'm not sure how this is going to go. But we're going to attempt to get the tin fastened up on the back of that wall. Did get it finished up. Started the corner there and around. Ran into some issues with the angles and how I'm going to have to do that. Just kind of blew my mind the other night. This whole project's not going as smooth as what I wanted it to, but we're making progress little bit by little bit. So I'll bring you back for different times throughout the day, show you what we're getting accomplished, and then I think we'll wrap this part 2 up on this video, and we'll start fresh probably after I get most of the walls up, and then we'll start showing you about the ideas I have for the inside walls as far as the sheeting and the tin and whatnot. So stay tuned. Okay, well, the back wall is complete as far as the tin on it. I've got to go back and add the blocks for the inside sheeting, which that's not a problem. Boy, just covering that wall up sure did help the heat with the heater in here. So we're going to try to move on. Running out of time today. That took quite a while. It was an ordeal trying to get the nut driver in between the house beams. This is what I ended up with. It's a 12-inch extension with a 6 on it also. I was able to get in between the beams. The problem is that they're so thick in certain places that I don't have as many screws in as I would like. I'm considering going back and putting some machine screws in with nuts and bolts just to make sure there's no flop. I'll show you a couple of places what I'm talking about. Like right there, it's a little loose. There's a beam right in here, so I can't get a screw. I've got a screw right here and I've got a screw down here, but right there in the middle. But you know, it's not a big deal. This is just basically weather protection for my 2x4s and to help keep some of the moisture and whatnot out. I'm gonna have sheeting all on the inside. So we're gonna try to work on this wall over here. Running out of time, like I started to say a while ago. See what we can come up with. I don't want to show you guys too much of that corner. It looks awful, but if I can talk my buddy into staying a little bit longer, we'll see if we can get this down while they're situated underneath, and possibly some tin on it. Probably not, but we'll see what we can do. Okay, well, we're finished up for today. Very unconventional and unorthodox framing around the steps. That wore me out. It's up there. It's nothing pretty by any means, but I ran out of time for today, so that was the hard part. I'm down to the short rows now as far as the long studs there on the stairway. Cut some small ones underneath there, and then the ones on the back, and we can go ahead and sheet all that up. So I believe we'll call this one part 2. Okay, everybody, we're going to wrap this one up and call it part 2 of the farm office build. This video has been filmed over the course of several weeks, here, there. A couple days I filmed good, a couple days I didn't. Had several bad days so far. This is totally different than anything I did with the lean-to. But, you know, we're pecking along at it. Every day there's some more progress being made, so that's the main thing. Didn't really get a whole lot of footage in this one, I think, of actually working. A lot of it was on Saturdays when my buddy was here. Some of it was just I was having bad days. But so this is kind of a, you know, do and bring you back type thing. But we'll see what happens. I think on the next video of the farm office, I'll get some better clips of putting the walls up, finishing that up, and then we'll start, you know, sheeting everything. And I still got to do that and do the roof tin. So, but probably after this video, I think I'm going to do a 2022 goal video for the channel and for the farm here. A few things have changed, a few things are the same. Give you guys a heads up on what the plans are. Hopefully you all continue to follow on the journey here with me. You know, when I started all this, working on 2 years ago now, I thought it was all going to be farm work and field work, but there's so many things around here, I've said it numerous times, that laid in derelict over the years that need attention, and if I don't get everything accomplished and done before I go head deep into farming. There's no way it'll ever get finished, and I'm just gonna have problems all along. So anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Thank you all for watching. Please consider subscribing if you hadn't already. You know, hit the thumbs up button if you like what you see. Thumbs down, I understand it's not for everybody. Share the videos, get them out there. Might be somebody else interested in a little bit of this. I've said it many times already about this carpentry. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Till next time, thank you.